Coming up since 2011, 53 wins. We welcome in Coach John Kepple from Tallwood.
Thank you, man. First of all, I wasn't ready to go first. I'm usually always last, so I let John particularly usually go first, Coach White at Bayside, so not quite ready. But thank you for this opportunity. As Matt said, I've been doing this for quite a while. This is a great opportunity for us to kind of get together and talk a little football, and all of us get, we get to talk about what's going on in the fall and get some ideas, things like that, and get ready for our season. For us, it is interesting this year. It's probably one of the better years, I feel like, throughout the beach, where every week was a big game. I think everybody, obviously Green Run is 30, right? 30 so far. So, they're kind of the outlier, but every week teams had to compete. It didn't matter what the record was. I think there were some good teams out there that was a couple plays away from being a playoff team. And then I know we're a couple plays away from not being a playoff team. So it was a great year last year. For us at Tallwood, I'm excited. COVID's been one of those things that's been difficult for everybody, and I know that everybody else kind of needs back on COVID. When we were able to go back to school and the students had the opportunity to either stay home or come to school, I talked to a lot of my other friends at other schools, and they were getting 75–80% of their kids were coming back to the classroom. And I was sitting in there with like 5 or 6 kids in my class. So, so with that, I feel like our whole athletics at Tallwood is kind of on a rebound. It's taking a little bit of time to bring those kids back and get those guys in. Last year we had the smallest team we've had probably in my tenure there. This year we're going back. We're about 82 that showed up this week, so I'm really excited with that. We've got some big numbers that come back. Obviously, scoring some points helps a little bit for sure. But it's been a good off season. I was putting some stuff together for Matt and Larry, and just kind of thinking about our team. This is our first time in about 6 years that we've got a returning quarterback coming back. Some of you guys that have, some of these guys are really lucky. They've got quarterbacks that play for them 2 or 3 years. I've had over the last 5 years, I've had 10 different quarterbacks start for us. So it's not like I say, sometimes it's injury, but a lot of times it's we start with this guy, and he's not getting the job done, we go to the next guy, and then go back to the first guy. And it's been a roller coaster ride, and having a quarterback is huge. And we'll bring our Jacob Rojas coming back. He set all our passing records for Tallwood High School, and he did a great job. Great leader, excellent work ethic. So we're really excited about him coming back. But with that, again, kind of going back, looking over the years, it's going to be the first time in 5 or 6 years that we've had the middle part of our defense not be freshmen and sophomores. We've had, I know, again, going back to the Green Run game, we play those guys, and they're loaded with, Brandon does a great job. They're loaded with talent, and I've got a ninth grader play the safety out there against those guys that are going to North Carolina next year. So, so it's been, so I'm looking forward to that. Our nose, our 2 linebackers, and our 2 safeties are juniors and seniors. So I feel like the middle part of our defense is finally getting stronger than it's been. So I'm excited about our guys. They come to work hard. I'm proud of them. I think at the end of the day, they're going to be great young men. One day, I tell the parents when we drop them off, I tell them that at the end of the day, they're going to be a father and a husband, an employer. They're going to be a boss someday. They're going to run things. So we want them to leave as great young men. And I think that I'm very lucky with the group of guys that I have. I know our administration is excited about it, but with that, we go back to and that's what we work hard to do. I know we've got keep going back to Green Run, because we got them first. We got the best team first. So, and I will say, I'm going to say this to you, Brandon. My buddy, I used to play baseball. That was my game. My buddy used to hate it. He was a pitcher. And if he was sitting in the dugout and you're like, hey, by the way, you're throwing a no-hitter right now, he would lose his mind. He would start throwing things around and everything. So, 30 and 0.
One quick follow-up before you finish with the next coach. And you mentioned you're kind of one of the better guys along with Coach Jackson, Coach White. Not to go in depth on it, but quickly, what would you tell, since COVID, I hear this all the time from parents, players, getting recruited. What do you tell your guys and your parents, your players about the next level? Because everybody wants to go to Alabama and Georgia, but everybody can't go to those SEC Power 5 schools. What's sort of your philosophy on that?
So, and all these guys, they know all this. Recruiting has changed. So, there's guys that come into our building and, will sit there and they'll tell me they've got a receiver that's 27 years old. And because of the red shirt, because of academic red shirt, they've got also, they might go to prep school, they're able to do the transfer portal, there's, the COVID, they gave them an extra year. So what ends up happening, and a lot of the conversation I had with, especially when I was back with Jason Rojas, prior to COVID, I've had multiple coaches say, this is Division I quarterback. But now with the transfer portal, coaches would rather take a guy that has played college, especially at that spot, and they'll take them in and they'll take the kid that's played and go through the transfer portal in a lot of those spots for that, because you figure that those guys 2 years older, 2 years older, the lifting weights have been in a college program. And let's be honest, college coaches, if they don't win, they get fired. So they can't wait for a freshman to get ready in 4 years. So they're trying to keep their job. And unfortunately, what that creates is kids out of high school not getting the opportunity to get a scholarship, but then they're picking schools with the mindset of, I'm going to go here, and I'm going to go somewhere else. And that's just, it's changed that way. It's just the way it changed. So I tell all our players that, we can find them a spot. There's a place for everybody to play, as long as, our philosophy is academics, category 1 and 2. If you can take care of those 2 things, we can find you a place. And I know these guys, they have coaches coming to the building just like I do, and they tell them, we can help them find a spot. It might not be at OU, it might be somewhere different, but we can find them a spot to play ball. But it's a lot of work on us as coaches. There's a lot of things that we do behind the scenes that nobody ever sees that we do. But it also goes back to the parents and the family and the players to do. And again, if they've got our thing is, you got 3.0, that kind of is like that magic. If you've got a 2.9, there's less schools that can get in. With a 3.0, it's like a magic door. There's so many more opportunities. So we're pushing our guys always to that 3.0. Always got to tell them that B minus is a 2.7. They think B minus. That's great. I know it's a 2.7. So we just that's a big thing. That's a big change.
Perfect. Thank you. John Kepple,